How big of a change is it, year two? You have a year under your belt. How much more confident are you now at spring practice?
Yeah, I would say extremely confident, just going out there and just executing the game plan that I've had a year to go over and, just going out there and really take command of the offense.
What are you really working on this spring? Where do you want to grow the most?
Really just all levels of my game, trying to advance in every facet I can.
How much different does it feel going behind this offensive line than what you guys had to deal with last spring?
I would say we just have a lot more bodies and, it's easier to run different groups and do certain drills and stuff. It just makes it a lot smoother.
Did you remember when you signed your first autograph?
Nah, I think I was like in high school, but I don't know.
Yeah. You have to work on it? I know you got one a signing coming up here.
Nah, I think I got it down.
Okay.
What's it work like working with JP?
That's great. I mean, he's a great guy, great help, and, it's great to have him in the quarterback room.
Is there any extra insight or what makes him different than other coaches you've worked with in the past?
Just his success as a player is definitely kind of crazy to have with you. Just to pick off of his brain, ask what he did right, what he did wrong. Just try to pick his brain and see what he did the best.
Where do you feel you've grown the most in your game from where you were when we saw you in December to right now?
I would say just getting bigger and getting more. I would just say just having a lot more lean mass on me and being able to really put force in the ground when I run or forcing my passes when I throw, just stuff like that.
With Jonah, his before and after picture went viral out there. Are you noticing anything different with Jonah?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little slimmer, you know what I mean? So, he's running a little bit faster, a little more elusive, getting out of there. But, yeah, I mean, he's still the same Jonah.
Do you have like a target weight you want to get to, and where are you at right now?
Yeah, I want to get to 205 for sure. So, I'm at like 197, 198 right now. So, I'm on the road there for sure. Got a good little amount left before the season starts.
You remember where you were this time last year?
This time last year, I was probably like 182, maybe 183.
What did your off-season regimen look like? What were you doing every day to get this big?
I would say just eating a lot, being able to put that work in the weight room and being able to keep the same work ethic at home, eating food and making sure I stay upbeat on my food intake.
Does your line feel that much bigger? I mean, there's a lot of guys now that are taller than last year, and a lot of guys pushing 330, things like that. It just seems like they're kind of a force out there for you to hide in.
Yeah, they definitely got the size for sure. Definitely the eye test. They've been doing great, and being able to see them work out in the weight room and see the work ethic of our whole line is great to see.
What do you eat for lunch? What's on a day like today when you got practice?
It really depends. Probably like some wings or like a Shake Shack burger or something like that.
What kind of wings? Barbecue, honey barbecue, hot?
Lemon pepper?
I might gotta go lemon pepper.
There we go.
I might gotta go lemon pepper. I ain't gonna lie.
What's the go-to at Shake Shack then?
I'm gonna have to go double cheeseburger, fries, vanilla milkshake, and the sunset lemonade. That's fire.
Do you eat up here much?
Yeah. I eat here and then I'll go home and eat.
What's Omari brought to the room in the offense?
He's brought a lot of versatility. Obviously everybody knows he's fast. He got the speed to stretch the field. But I feel like his routes is really crisp, and I feel like we're going to be very successful with him.
What about some of these younger guys, whether it be Marcus Harris, Justice Williams, who maybe you haven't really got a chance to practice with just yet?
Right, yeah, definitely still building that chemistry, and the talent jumps off. You see it all the time, so they have it. You just gotta build the chemistry, and you just start to see it more day and day.
How about defensively? Who's tough to go against right now?
Really, all of them, honestly. We have a great defense, I feel like, and we have great athletes at positions, and I feel like all the way throughout, everybody's good.
Sunday, it's almost like the marketing of Devon Williams. You got a public event, the autograph signing. Do you feel like everything's kind of launching? You already launched as a player, but your brand is kind of coming up.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, obviously football is first, so I'm blessed to have those opportunities in my life, and I just want to be able to continue to have those opportunities.
What are you seeing with this defense over on the other side? How's it different than what we saw a year ago?
I would say it's not incredibly different. Defense is pretty similar, but I would just say that it's just a lot of people flying around. Got to really be tuned into your keys.
He gives a scouting report on Tacario Davis out there.
Long, big, gets after it.
What was your thoughts when Kai transferred in, and what has he meant to you, and what has he brought to the room?
He's brought a lot to the room. Definitely being the older guy, and being able to pick his brain as well, and being able for me to help him in any way I can.
About Rashid Williams, how has he stepped up in the absence of?
Yeah, Rashid's been doing his thing. He's got that mindset about him, that attitude. He's gonna go get it done, and that's what I love about him.
Since I've been doing this, it always seems like there's a quarterback that always likes to get one guy over on the defense. There's just one guy that they just love to beat. Who's that one guy on the other side that you get the most pleasure out of beating?
I don't know. I mean, a win on defense, a win on defense. So I mean, I would say just continue to stack days, stack wins, and that's the best outcome you can ask for.
Good. Thanks, Damon.